Donald Trump's ordered an investigation into his own investigators, it seems now. An independent inspector general is now set to look into whether the FBI's 2016 probe into alleged Russia collusion was legal or not. And as Caleb Maupin explains next, it's starting to become difficult to find someone that hasn't been caught up in the huge wave of suspicion over it all.
The U.S. Department of Justice is currently expanding its investigation into whether or not its investigation of Donald Trump is legal. Are you confused? Don't worry, so are lots of Americans. But this is just a slice of the pie. Political leaders on both sides of the aisle are being investigated for criminal offenses, with their opponents calling for them to be locked up.
Make America great again.
That's our president, and the media is fantasizing about seeing him in handcuffs.
What if he fires any Secret Service agent who would allow the federal marshals in? What if Donald Trump simply decides, I don't have to follow the law, I refuse to be held under the law, no marshal can get into this White House, and any Secret Service agent that defies me is fired?
Well, at some point, he's going to have to come out of the White House.
Trump's old nemesis isn't in the clear either.
I think that there is a lot to investigate.
She may not be in the headlines very much after her electoral defeat. However, we did find out last week that she's still under investigation, much to the delight of Donald Trump, who once promised to put her behind bars.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
And then there's Obama's top spy, John Brennan, the former CIA director.
I was concerned about because of known Russian efforts.
Trump called him a disgrace to the American intelligence community, and one former U.S. attorney thinks he ought to be assembling a legal team.
NBC News' consultant, the former director of the Central Intelligence Agency, the most partisan hack leader of the CIA in history, needs a very, very good lawyer.
Criminal lawyer.
Yes, criminal lawyer. Oh, yes.
And then there's Devin Nunes. Now, he's been digging up dirt on the intelligence community, but now he's got some of his own.
We are going to get the document.
Members of Congress want him to be looked into.
Basically, what he has done is he has scuttled and put a cloud over his own investigation, and he has become the subject, basically, he should be, of an investigation. It's a real problem.
Investigations are flying like bullets in a Western shootout. High-profile politicians are being accused of breaking U.S. laws and could face legal proceedings.
This is elites fighting one another in this kind of legal war, and that has nothing to do really with the American people, and it's a great distraction actually from the issues that are important to the American people, but it's consuming the White House, it's now consuming the FBI, it's consumed the Democratic Party. There's enormous tension between both sides. Things are pretty ugly right now, pretty ugly between the sides, and I think it's going to get worse. I really do.
Is this just politics, or could some of these charges actually stick? Caleb Maupin, RT, New York.